Idioms with Kundur! Hi everyone, my name is Adi and I'm the co-creator of Idioms with Kundur.
Hi, I'm Faisal and I'm the guy behind the scene.
Actually, he's also the co-creator because he helped to look at the whole setup and like how we shot it and like how do we edit it. And actually, he was the one who came up with the idea to make that, that 30 seconds intro music and the intro video, which I really, really love.
I mean, it's a show, it needs an opening and closing. So it's a proper, show.
The whole idea of Idioms with Kundur actually started with a production that we did in 2015 titled #BPBM. And in BPBM, basically BPBM, what it stands for is actually Bawang Putih Bawang Merah, which essentially is like the Malay folk tale or the Asian folk tale equivalent to Cinderella, minus off the fairy godmother, because somehow I think we don't believe in fairy godmother. We believe in taking actions and like
it's all real life.
Doing things to create a change on our own. There's no there is magic involved in the whole story, but there's just no fairy godmother. The main heroine, basically she had to do everything herself with her two bare hands.
Yes.
So after we did the whole production, there was a mixed review. There are people who felt that it wasn't like proper or it wasn't Malay enough, and like certain parts were like, in their words, schizophrenic. Basically when we did BPBM, we received little to no fundings from the state. That means we are not using any taxpayers' money to actually fund the project. Actually, we've self-funded the project. So
yes.
So when I wanted to do Idioms with Kundur, it was like a middle finger to all those people who said that we shouldn't have done a Malay production in that sense. So for me, I think like the more people say don't do, the more I want to do.
I mean, it's all about believing in what you stand for. I mean, it's the arts. So if you're passionate about something, you just do it. Like, of course, you have to back it up with substance. You need to do the job. You need to do the work. You need to understand what you are doing. You need to I wrote #BPBM, and I kind of studied the old Piramli movies, and I understood what I want to do for the whole show. And people who didn't agree with it is because I tried to contemporize the show. But that is the whole point of bringing theatre to the future. Like, you need to make it relevant, and I didn't butcher the old parts. Like, I still made him speak like how Makcik Kundur speak in the film.
Yes. And also like for those people who felt that it wasn't Malay enough or whatever, I think we need to stop this mentality in the sense that as long as there are people who are willing to take up the challenge of staging a Malay production, I think that is something in itself should be applauded for, because I think a lot of like our younger generations, they shun away from like Malay language, they shun away from Malay production because of such criticisms like, oh, you're not Malay enough, or you're not speaking proper Malay. I think we should stop that. I think as long as people are interested to do something that is of Malay origins, or like to promote the Malay language, I think we should applaud them, we should encourage them, and we shouldn't like try to bring them down by giving feedback like, oh, you're not Malay enough, or you're not speaking the proper Malay. Yeah. Also, we actually that's on one spectrum. On the other spectrum, actually we received like quite a couple of like very good feedback, and they were saying that Makcik Kundur is such a memorable character, and we should actually bring her back. It's just that at that point of time, I think we didn't know like how to do it. So when we had that like little break between the production and the end of 2015, I kind of did a bit of self-reflection, and I was like telling him like, you know what, I have an idea. We always wanted to kind of like promote Malay, or like the action of speaking the language on our very own terms and in
Yes.
our very own way.
Yes.
So I was like telling him, like, these days a lot of like our students, a lot of our younger generations, they no longer recognize the Malay idioms, and that is something that I think I wanted to kind of like introduce to the younger generations. And therefore I was like telling him, maybe we should have like Makcik Kundur come back and like, like just talk about Malay idioms, and like, like, because at the end of like Bawang Putih Bawang Merah, basically this Makcik Kundur, who is the stepmother to the
She's the
main-
villain.
Yeah, she's the villain. So at the end of the story, she instead of like having a sad ending for her, we kind of like said that, at the end she is banished onto this island, and she's supposed to do some
Repent.
good deeds. Yeah, she's
Supposed
supposed
to repent.
reflect and repent.
Yes.
And so we thought, like, maybe like one of the ways to repent is actually to teach the younger generation something useful, like teaching peribahasa, which is the Malay idioms. And that's when we decided to create the idioms with Kundur.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And I still remember when we kind of like did it, we had a plan, but we
It's a
didn't.
plan with no structured plan. So it's just like verbal. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this, okay, we're gonna go somewhere for a day and we're gonna do like the whole thing at once, and then like, okay, these are the idioms that we wanna do, and then like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do how I feel like want to do it, and then like he would just inform me. I'm like, okay, where do you want to take? So what kind of angle, what kind of things or props that you want to use? So we kind of on a whim, kind of plan this as we go along, and
Yeah.
we invited another close friend of ours to be featured in the show last minute also.
Yeah, I mean, this friend of ours is such a gem. I mean, she jumped on board into the project without knowing what she was getting herself into, and like she have always been a very supportive friend, and for that, Chayan, I really really thank you. And also when we kind of like record the whole thing, I think we didn't really have a script, so it's
No script, nothing.
as we
Nothing.
try to shoot it, we come up with the lines, or rather I come up with the lines, and then he will like correct me if like there are certain like
Yes.
structure, because like sometimes my Malay sentence a bit like tunggang terbalik, like upside down. So like he will like try to keep a lookout and try to hear out like whatever that I say, and then like if there are things that were considered improper, we will try to retake it lah. But so far, I think that project went quite smoothly. Somehow everything fell into place on that day.
Yes, although we didn't have budget, we didn't have proper equipment. I just had my DSLR and that's it.
Yes, those were the days we didn't have proper lighting, we didn't have proper
not like
camera.
now we have like ring light, and then like, I've learned a lot of things
Yeah.
along the way, and then like I'm more in the know about how to create a beautiful video. But yeah, back then there was like, I don't know, 5 years ago,
Yes,
5 years ago, and like
2000, end of 2015, 2016.
yeah, and like we just did with whatever knowledge we had, and we just had a passion and an idea, and we just wanted to do it.
On that day, somehow everything fell into place. Like the lighting in that room was like superb, and like they had like a really proper empty background that we worked with. And like when we were trying to do the outdoor things, somehow like on that day everyone cleared out from that area, and like
Yeah.
we were able to shoot without having like people in the background. The takeaway from this, I think what we wanted to say is that, if you have the passion, if you feel that something needs to be done, our
Don't wait.
advice is, don't wait, just go with it, go with your heart, go with your passion.
Go with a
Uh,
plan, although it's not a structured plan, but you
Yeah.
have something in mind and you think it will work, then go for it.
Yeah, I mean, like in Singapore, everything can be very expensive, especially when it comes to like doing like passion project or self-funded project. But always reach out to people who are out there. You might never know, there are people who will be willing to jump in and help you out with anything and everything.
Yes.
So I think what is important is the sincerity in wanting to do something.